Hey Libra, this is your October 2023 monthly tarot reading. So this is for Libra, Sun, or Rising signs. We are back to our regularly scheduled videos and I am stoked about it. I'm here for it. So we are going to take a look at the month overall. So we want to get a sense of what the beginning, middle, and end of the month looks like. These of the readings that I put out monthly, these are the longer readings. They go about on average like 15-ish minutes. If you want shorter, more bite-sized ones, then I would check out the semi-bi-weekly ones that go from full moon to new moon or new moon to full moon. Sorry if you guys can hear that knocking out there. That's the wind. So all right, and then we're also going to take a look at any kinds of challenges that are coming up for you as well. All right. And any kind of spiritual advice. So the astrological highlights video will also be out, so you can take a look at that to get a sense of like what's happening for the month, so you can put this into that kind of context. Very happy to be back on track with those as well. And looking at some spiritual advice. I'm feeling another card for this, but I'm feeling it from another deck. So let's do that. All right. It's one more card for my Libras. By the way, happy birthday to any of you Libras who are Libra-ing. All right. So remember that this is for Sun or Rising signs, okay? All right. So this is a collective reading, so let's remember that. I also watch collective readings, and it's important to remember that like some months it's gonna hit, some months it's not, right? Because it's a collective reading. So when I watch other people, I just kind of go, oh, it's not my message this month, or it is my message this month. And there are times where I've been challenged by what they've been saying and been like, I don't know if this is my message, but it totally is. So check in with yourself. And if it doesn't feel resonant, cool, it's just not your message this month. I would go check out, if this is your sun sign, check out your rising sign, see how that jives with you. And then, you know, otherwise, as I always say, the best way to get specific and to get specific answers for you, for your situation, is to get a one-to-one reading. So if that's with me, then you can book that in the description box down below. It has links there for you to book. So anyhow, let's get into your reading. In order to put these into a like a framework so that we understand what this is speaking about, I use astrological houses so that we understand which area of life is being presented or is being like focused on and pointed out. And we have the fourth house, right? This is your home life. Very much could be physically where you live, like your physical place of residence, your sanctuary. This is also a very private space, like, you know, similar to the 12th house. It's your inner world. It's, you know, it's a very like inner emotional kind of space. It's a very sensitive space. It's definitely a space where I would say not many people really get to see what's up in there. So it can be related to our parents, sometimes to like our family, like direct, like intimate family unit. But I would say, yeah, a lot of times it's like having to do with parents. But overall, we're looking at your home, right? So that's what we're looking at. And that's what these are related to. So in the beginning, middle, and end of the month, let's take a look at what we got going on. We've got the Ace of Cups. I really like that. We've got the Sun card and the Page of Wands. I'm really digging this, you know, the challenge card being Santa Muerte, which is in this deck, the death card. And then we have the Knight of Swords and the Four of Cups showing up as your spiritual advice. So I thought that this deck just felt really appropriate for the season. I'm super stoked to be breaking it out again and using it. So here we go. With the beginning third of the month, we have the Ace of Cups, right? And it's like, hey, have hope, right? Like have faith, have hope. Things will work out. Even if they don't feel like they are going to work out, find a place inside of you where you can tap into that sense of trust, faith, hope, belief in the fact that things will come together, that things will work out. Obviously, that's not without effort. It's not like by our sitting back and being like, all right, universe, do it all for me. I won't lift a finger, right? This is not from that place, but like tap into those feelings. Like when we can tap into that, I think that it opens us up to a different way of thinking and feeling about the world to where we can maybe see opportunities that we hadn't before, or it can give us the juice that we need to keep going and to keep pushing on, pressing on to do whatever it is that we need to do with regard to, again, it could be parents, it could be family, it could be your actual home space, right? And then we come to the middle of the month with the Sun card, loving this. I'm loving that in the middle of the month you're feeling like, okay, like you're feeling some sense of abundance, right? Like you're tapping into that. The cool thing about the Sun card is it's not just about this abundant feeling, but it's kind of like, normally with the imagery that you see, it's like this naked kid on a horse riding it bareback with like sunflowers everywhere and like laughing, and the sky is just like, it looks like a summer spring day, and there is this sense of this like wonderment and enjoying life and bliss, and maybe not being free from responsibility, but at least feeling like less burdened by that, feeling more joyful about life, feeling more abundant, feeling more hopeful in a lot of these ways. And so I'm really digging the middle of the month for you with that. I think that it's not only about whether you feel that way or not, but are you tapping into that? And so that's why I feel like there's this progression between like starting out the beginning of the month here and then moving into this like kind of almost like a next level of these feelings here, like dialing it up. And so then we move into the last part of the month, and I'm really digging this for you. This is the Page of Wands, which is like, what are you lit up by? Like the pages are, especially though the Page of Fire, of the Page of Wands, is like super curious about exploring and traveling and like what lights up the creativity and the passion inside, and where do you feel drawn to do that? Follow those experiences. Like you might feel like really connected back with, like after dialing these things up, you might feel connected back to the things that make you feel really lit up by life, and so it's like, how does this also benefit your home, who you live with, or even family life, but also like, how does this energy fill and benefit your home life, or what you're creating for your home, or where you live, or maybe you're planning to move, maybe you're looking to uproot, whatever it is. So following these kinds of feelings. Now, in order to do that, it looks like you might be coming up against some feelings of resistance to letting certain things go that you've been holding on to. And this could be projects, it could be projects, thoughts, beliefs, right? Ideals, things that are just like you've been kind of pushing this square block up a hill, and it hasn't been working, right? Like you need to do some assessment about what hasn't been working, and you got to put that stuff to rest. You got to let that go, right? You cannot keep holding on to this like these things, because they're just going to drag you down. So if you've been stubbornly like holding on and gripping on to certain things and not really assessing it in a way that is like, I want to say coming from a place of grounding and stability, like plainly looking at things and really assessing them truly, sometimes we have to look at them truly in order to let certain aspects of maybe a project go. And then we go, okay, this needs to be scrapped, but these parts can stay. Otherwise, the whole thing is like a sinking ship that's being dragged down by the pieces that are no longer working anymore, that you're refusing to let go of, right? So you cannot have this control all of the time in your world, even if you're doing it from a place of like safety and survival instincts, right? There are certain things that need to be let go of, and that could be people. That could be people. I'm not saying that it is, but it can sometimes be people. It can be friend groups. It can be, ideas. It can be our beliefs about ourselves, about what's possible, right? It can be our beliefs about what's possible. Having all of this build up, these are such beautiful cards, and having all of this like show up could be rubbing up against like, when does the other shoe drop? And that's a belief, right? And then like, that's too good to be true, or I don't know if I can actually have that. I don't know if I can, I've never actually gotten to have that anyway, so why would I get to now, right? Like all of these kinds of limiting beliefs, those are also things that would need to be put to rest, that you could be coming up against as something that feels like a challenging point, right? So along the way, I think that it is important to, there is taking action, right? And there's taking action from a place that is logical, definitely a place that is based on truth and staying true to yourself, and also making sure that you don't stick your foot in your mouth, while you're rushing too fast into things. The other thing about the Knight of Swords is like you cannot rush too fast into things. You might have the tendency to like do first, think later. This is where you want to be a little bit more logical and maybe just like, whoa, let me try to slow this down a little bit, right? Things might be moving at a very quick pace, and it's not that you're meant to stop it, but you might just need to like make sure that you are taking the proper time to assess the situations before you actually move forward with things. The Four of Cups also shows up here, and it's like, I think that there are certain opportunities that you're being presented with, like your universe, your guides, whoever you believe in, right? They're trying to help you out. They're trying to be like, hey, I've got this like, you know, I've got this cup over here for you. I'm trying to like hand you something that is an opportunity, something that I think would feel good in the end, right? And you're just kind of like, nah, resisting it. No, I don't want to because it doesn't, it'll, you know, it's not, doesn't look exactly the way that you want it to. Feels boring, feels like you just don't want to do it, you feel complacent, maybe even feel complacent and lazy, and you're like, I don't want to work that hard, I don't want to really do that. If I have to follow that, that'll be like more work than I want, right? Remember that sometimes we're given these opportunities or detours so that we can build, it's like a stepping stone to build onto the next level. So if you're trying to build maybe stability within your home or something like that, perhaps there's certain opportunities that you are being presented with and you keep on swatting them away, and the universe keeps on trying to present things to you and you keep on saying no, 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 no. And it's like, you got to say yes at some point, right? Like the universe is trying to help you out, or whatever you believe in, right? It's like your guides, whoever, they're trying to help you out. So widen your perspective, at least consider things, and maybe try some things that you wouldn't normally try with regard to whatever it is, creating stability for your home, or your family life, or whatever that is, right? So that's what I see coming up here. Again, check out the astrological highlights video if you want to get some like context and like have a better idea of like the flow that you're working inside of for this month overall. Definitely, if this video was helpful in any way, please consider giving the video a like. It helps me with building the channel. It helps me really a lot with the algorithms. And also, if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos I have planned on the horizon, which I do have some new stuff I'll be putting out probably in a couple months or so. And I think that's it. Thanks for your time. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.